X marks the spot as the push for the playoffs intensifies tonight at XL Energy Center. It's the Nashville Predators and the Minnesota Wild. An X in the standings denotes teams that have qualified for the postseason, and the Nashville Predators can earn an X at the X with a win tonight.
But it's going to rely heavily on the way they play here tonight to set the tone.
Even the schedule puts some pressure on them. Here's Ryan Donato, centering pass, and Stahl unable to corral it. Josi with a pass, and over the line is Simmonds. Now the captain circles, swings it across, in the slot, a backhand, and a big stop by Devan Dubnyk off Nick Bonino.
Look at that pass there by Roman Josi. A little spinorama behind the back, and Bonino with the backhand opportunity. Dubnyk able to seal that 5-hole.
Zucker, now they try to feed it back, broken up, and Arvidsson starts back the other way. He has a shorthanded goal, hands it off to Ryan Johansson, scores! A shorthanded bullet from Johansson, and Nashville strikes first.
The interchange with Johansson, and just a perfectly placed shot by Johansson coming in over the glove of Devan Dubnyk. I think Dubnyk gets a bit of a piece of it, but for Johansson, a big-time shorthanded goal, his 12th of the season, off a good play there by Arvidsson.
Ryan Suter remains in deep. Craig Smith back on the ice, and Smith available as Turris plays it out to center. There's Smith on it, going to the net, and he flipped it high over top of the crossbar. Donato trying to get away, and he looks across to the far side. The pass cut off, though. On a good defensive play by Sissons, handed to Suter, redirected off Zucker, and Saros looks sharp on that change of direction.
Yeah, that was an errant play there by PK Subban, led to an opportunity for the Wild. Looked like a nothing shot, but a redirect and a good save there by Saros.
And it's Arvidsson after the puck in the Minnesota zone. Forsberg follows up. Ekholm ventures in deep. Arvidsson behind the net, tries the jam, and the paddle down by Dubnyk. Along the boards, hounded by Eric Fair, and around it goes. Foligno trying to track it down, but Josi gives it away. Fair, and he whistled that wide. Oh, you don't see that kind of giveaway from the captain very often. And a nice redirect, and away goes Zucker again. He's got Donato with him on a delayed 2-on-1 off the post. Looked like that was up where the crossbar meets the post as he went high. So the Wild have had their chances. It'll go to Granlund. Granlund slides it through. Simmonds in his spot, but back the other way. It may be an odd man rush. Cunnin with Fair. Cunnin rifled that high. Zucker got a stick on it. Spurgeon shot, hit a leg. And Ekholm gets it outside the line. Here comes Philip Forsberg with a burst into the zone on the backhand, and he sent that hot shot high into Nashville ice. Saros up off the glass pattern, tries to knock it down, and does, and fires the shot right on. A rebound, Foligno, a couple of whacks, and a nice stop there by Saros.
Well, I thought he actually kept that in. It was a heck of a play. That puck bounced right on Ekholm before it came to him. Linesman deemed it offside.
Slick move by Donato, and around Simmonds and in. Nice stop, toe save by Saros on a dangerous dash by Ryan Donato. Takes a hit from Weber. Puck to the line, and it does come out. Back in comes Cunnin. He'll snap the shot. A pad stop of the rebound. Slick move on his backhand. And in behind the net where he lost possession. And Ryan Suter, breakaway pass, and he was unable to connect there with Zucker, who wires it high. Fiala breaks away. Here's Fiala trying to connect with Greenway. Spurgeon follows up. Jared Spurgeon in front, cut in there. What a stop here. You see Saros, and again, back-to-back saves off Jordan Greenway.
Boy, some big saves there by Saros, right on the doorstep.
Jason Zucker cycles it back in the corner. Nobody there wearing green. It's Ekholm, who hit Forsberg on the first clearing attempt. And Subban lost it in front, and it shot high. Donato put it up onto the end glass. It ricocheted back on top of the net. Another centering pass. Well, the Wild coming close. Donato kicked away, and Saros, a tremendous job to control any rebound as the Wild do everything but tie it. Greenway, who had that sequence of 2 chances on his last shift. Cutting in behind the net for it. Greenway left it. Donato in front. Another nice stop by Saros. That one off Aberg in front. The Nashville netminder looks zoned in tonight.
Another quality save by UC Saros.
Yossi heads to the net and redirects right on. Nice play by Yossi on the return from Boyle, and now back the other way. It's Donato with Zucker. Ryan Donato shooting, and that off the glove of Saros. And the clock's going to drain in this second period. 1-0 after one. It's 1-0 after two.
Good play there by Weber.
Granlund back along with Turris. Pitlick goes to the front of the net. And that one slides across the goal mouth. Here's Pitlick spinning it. Nice play by him. Granlund, a backhand stop by Dubnyk. A big early save by Dubnyk. And we got a little flash from Rem Pitlick by Ryan Ellis. Puck slid ahead, but Rask there to intercept. And this line goes back to work. A centering pass. It nearly banked in, and they're waving it off. That looked like it banked off a Nashville leg, and Saros able to stop it on the goal line. Well, they'll take a look at this. How close was it?
Hard to tell from that angle, but you do have visibility of the puck, but hard to tell if it's across the goal line from that angle because the blocker and stick are in the way.
After video review, the puck never crossed the goal line. This is no goal.
That can be an awfully difficult save for the goaltender right up above the ears.
Predators able to move it out. Here's Colton Sissons trying to work his way in. Past Donato, centered, and it went off Spurgeon. And fortunately for the Wild, wide of the net.
A good defensive play there by Jared Spurgeon to get it out of harm's way.
Wild had possession. Clutch roadkill there for the Nashville Predators. Here comes Brodin, and Saros has got that at the top of the crease to hold on. Back for Forsberg. Pass disrupted. Sealer and Zucker able to work it ahead, and now Zucker is going to go to the attack with a move inside on Forsberg. But coming back defensively to help out was Yossi. Led by Spurgeon. Bad angle shot right on. And the rebound controlled. Spurgeon ties up his man, Johansson. And a puck's loose off the bench and it wired high. What a chance that was as Luke Cunnin had a look. Sent in by Brodin. And that one ended up on top of the net. Speaking of things that you rarely see, that is a crazy hop. And this one almost snuck in. Stahl on the draw, wins it. Donato in, off the post. What a chance that was on a clean face-off win. And the dangerous shooting Donato hitting iron. Stahl got it done. Shot caroms to the near side. Donato back. Ryan Donato looking to center. Stahl on the doorstep. And it's knocked away. And from the draw, this time it's going to be Nashville getting control. Bonino along the boards. Couldn't get it past the Wild player. It's held in by Suter. Spurgeon sent it wide with Stahl. A flyby in front. Stahl wins it. Donato shoots it wide, and the horn sounds, and the Nashville Predators are headed to the postseason once again on the strength of a 29-save shutout for UC Saros, his third shutout of the season. And the home frustration continues for Minnesota.
Fans on your way home,